Hi, first grade friends. So we just finished reading Up and Down by Oliver Jeffers. So make sure that you watch the video of me reading our March Madness story before beginning this activity. So I really enjoyed that story, and next I want to try to brainstorm just like how we did with When I Woke Up, I Was a Hippopotamus, so we can remember certain parts of the story, because pretty soon you will be voting on your favorite story. So When I Woke Up, I Was a Hippopotamus. This activity really helped us remember what the story was about. So we're going to do the same thing with Up and Down. So I want you to turn the page. I want you to use just a blank sheet of paper. If you don't have I'm using what Miss Broman gave us, our sketchbook, but if you don't have it with you, not a problem, just use another blank sheet of paper. And what you're going to do is at the top of your paper, you're going to start with writing the title, Up and Down. So I'm going to write it nice and big. Up and down. Up and down. Down. Up and down. And I want you to grab one of your favorite colors from your pencil pouch, or maybe you have some crayons that you have at home. And I'm just going to write some keywords to help me remember what the story was about. So when I go back to vote, I can look at these two pages and think, which one was my favorite? So I'm just going to pick a brown. And what I'm going to write first for the story is that there were two characters. I remember in our other story, there was a lot of people since he was turning different things. But for Up and Down, two characters. And I'm even going to go a step further. And I'm going to write that there was a boy and a penguin. There was a boy and a penguin in this story. Also in this story, and by looking at the cover, I noticed and I found out in the story that the penguin, he wanted to fly. I'm going to say wanted to fly. So remember, in the story, there were two characters, a boy and a penguin. The penguin wanted to fly, and I'm going to write the word alone, because remember at the beginning of the story, he said, I want to do this alone. Wanted to fly alone. And then good readers go back to the story. So Up and Down, he wanted to fly. Remember, he was trying and trying. He wanted to do this all by himself. So then it was time to ask for help. He wanted to fly alone, and then I'm going to draw a little arrow which led him to ask for help. So again, this is just a brief overview of the story. There were two characters. The penguin wanted to fly alone, then he asked for help. And as the boy was helping him, the penguin, remember how the penguin found this flyer, ever dreamed of flying? And the penguin got lost. And he was worried about his friend. And how suddenly the penguin was the live cannonball. And since he was the live cannonball, when he flew out, he was terrified and missed the boy more than ever. So he wanted to fly. He asked for help. Then I'm going to draw a little terrified face And I'm going to write cannonball. Cannon, C-A-N-N-O-N. Ball. So he was afraid of flying. He took off like a cannonball. And I'm going to write bam. But I really liked how the story ended and how the boy was there to catch him. Because penguins don't like flying. So I'm going to end my page with cannonball bam, but then a little heart. And then I'm going to write the boy was there to catch him. Because it ended in a happy way. So I wanted to just draw a little heart. And then probably what I also will do is for the two characters, boy and a penguin, I'll probably draw the boy. And this, I think this boy won't be too hard to draw because he kind of is a little bit of a stick figure guy. Boop, boop. And I'm just looking at the cover. How he had a striped shirt on. I'm just gonna draw his little face and nose. And then the penguin. Remember our penguins in Antarctica? That was so fun. There we go. There's Mrs. Quiddick's penguins. So again, just kind of fun to draw and remember the story and how we took notes. And it's really fun as readers to look back at your notes to remember what the story was about. Just how maybe if you like to watch TV, it's always kind of fun to go back and rewatch an episode that you watched because you enjoy it so much. So thank you for joining me in this activity with up and down. So we took notes just to refresh our memory. So when we come back to this, we know what the story was about. How there were two characters, a boy and a penguin. The penguin wanted to fly all alone. So then they both asked for help. But then he was scared, but he was flying as a cannonball. And bam, the boy was there to catch him. So the story was really great, a great story about friendship and how he wanted to try something different, but then his friend was there in the end, even though he wanted to do it alone. So thank you for joining. Again, this is very similar to the When I Woke Up, I Was a Hippopotamus activity. So really fun to compare both stories. And I want you in your brain to start thinking, which one do I want to vote for to have go to the next round? Do I want to vote for When I Woke Up, I Was a Hippopotamus, or Up and Down? Both were super great stories. Thanks for joining me.